Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. It is update time once again, and I'm here with all the details on the September update for Marvel Contest of Champions. 6 or 7 things that I think you need to know about. Now, a lot of the stuff is going to be repeated from what you heard or saw in the Inside the Contest video that the official account posted yesterday, the day before. But so that's just how it is sometimes when the official account likes to break their own embargo. Let's start off today with next month's champs. First one is Titania. If you've been watching She-Hulk, she's a character in that show, of course. I love her design. Kind of looks like if like classic style Medusa was in the WWE. Animations, if you've seen some of the videos that the official kind of put out, they look very cool. I love the chair that she uses in that Special 3. Very, very cool. So looking forward to her, but I am especially looking forward to this guy here, Infamous Iron Man. Iron Man, as you guys may or may not know, is my favorite Marvel character, and I know that this is technically Victor Von Doom and not Tony Stark. Regardless, this is one of the coolest looking Iron Man suits in the comics. The embargo for these champions and their spotlights is not up at the time of recording and will not be up by the time this video goes live, but all I'm going to say is hold on to your butts. Okay, moving on to the Attorney of Pain bargaining. It actually started yesterday. 2 things I want to point out with this since it's already in swing. The first is that we did see a rewards bump from the first round denial into anger. You will not see a rewards bump here. The rewards are already quite good, as you know, for the effort required. And then the other thing is that if you do not have the Paragon title but are interested in reaching that top level of rewards for Paragon, you need to get the title and complete that objective before this week's fight is over. Otherwise, you will miss out on the possibility of that max milestone and maximum rewards. So just keep in mind, if you have the opportunity to get Paragon this week, you should probably do so and go for those extra rewards. Okay, number 3, Act 8, Chapter 1 is finally releasing in September. It has felt like an eternity since we've had story content in the game. I can't even recall how long ago it's been since 7.4 came out. Very happy to have more story content. You know, I'll be going through that item list, of course. There was a public beta for this for 8.1 a couple months ago, maybe. If you participated in that, you should have at least a decent idea of what to expect in terms of nodes and bosses. The actual boss of 8.1 is a Black Widow variant called Cytalis. They revealed her in the Inside the Contest video that posted earlier this week. We got a chance to test her early on this year, and I can't give any details on it, of course, but I want to say that it is a very cool fight, one of the most well-designed fights that I think Kabam has ever come up with. I didn't think that they were going to be able to top 7.4 Superior Kang. This may come close or actually succeeds in being better than him, so very much looking forward to that, and I hope you will enjoy that fight as well. Okay, number 4, Battlegrounds is finally seeing its initial live release. This is happening on September 12th, so about a week and change from the posting of this video. Bunch of stuff they're including in this first release, the most important of which is that friendly matches are coming right away. These are going to be unlimited, no entry costs. Probably the most requested feature, not only within the CCP feedback, but in the player base at large. Can't wait to play with some of the subscribers on stream. This is going to be a ton of fun. Secondly, they've removed champion charges. I think this is probably going to end up being a bit of a divisive change, and I'm curious if Kabam will stick with this long term. So if you are a progressing player and you don't have like a very well-developed roster, champion charges felt like a tax, more or less. And, you know, once your best champs are on cooldown, you're probably just not going to play anymore until your champions are back, because you're certainly not going to drop units to refresh your champs. But on the other hand, high-tier players with very wide, well-developed rosters are going to consistently have access to their strongest and most meta-relevant champs, which is a problem in some metas where, like we saw in the previous beta, you just want to use your fastest nuke options. So we'll see how that plays out over the course of the next few months. Another huge feature is that you will have the ability to create multiple decks of champions, and more importantly, you can imprint a specific mastery setup on each of them. So this solves the problem of, you know, when suicides are favored or punished, depending on the meta, you can imprint the proper mastery setup on your deck without having to drop units constantly to switch back and forth when you're playing Battlegrounds and when you're switching back to War or whatever it is. Very positive change there. Looking forward to that. This Victory Track and Gladiator Circuit thing, I think this is intended to be like milestones for the Victory Track and then like ranked rewards for the Gladiator Circuit. I think the idea here is you're going to play it, play or win a certain number of matches to complete the track, and then when you finish the track, you move into the ranked rewards, and then the more you win, the more rewards you're going to get, and this will kind of be like the leaderboard I think that we saw in the beta. I think that they're going to post information on the forum about the Victory Track and Gladiator Circuit if they haven't done so already at the time of this posting, so keep an eye out for that. And of course we'll also have new Alliance and solo events, so hopefully the rewards will be different there. Not sure what the store is going to look like, what kind of rewards we can expect to see in the store, but I think the currency that we earned during the beta is going to stick around, so you should expect to earn that as well. One thing I want to add about Battlegrounds, if you watched my video on all the issues that I had with the most recent Battlegrounds beta, you won't be surprised to hear that I am very skeptical about this live release. They've at least addressed issues with the timers, they've addressed issues with the masteries, but in my opinion, if they haven't fixed any of the laundry list of bugs within the mode itself, or implemented a system to automatically detect the huge amount of cheaters that ended up playing this mode, I think that people are going to give up on Battlegrounds very quickly, and that's going to be extremely unfortunate because I think the mode is cool, but it just has a lot of problems that need to be resolved. So hopefully, most or all of those have been resolved and we can have a nice clean initial release. Okay, number 5, the list of this month's quality of life improvements. So there was a post from Kabam Zero maybe last week with all the details of all these changes, so I'm not going to go through all of these right now. I think the best one is probably the consolidated inventory screen. The inventory screen has been a mess for actual years. They are finally separated the items into separate tabs. You're going to have a health and energy with your consumables, your stones and gems, your boosts, and then everything else. So very much looking forward to that. All right, number 6, Ant-Man has received a buff. At time of recording, this is, what day is today? Thursday. We have not been given any information or have been given early access to Ant-Man's Champion Spotlight. So I'm assuming it's going to be out at the same time that this video is live, so go check that out. I have no idea if he's going to be any good. He has that synergy, I think, with Captain America Sam Wilson that actually makes him pretty good right now with a full team. So I'm curious to see if they will make the buff really strong and change that synergy, or if we're going to see a value to moderate size buff and they're going to keep that synergy in place. All right, number 7, last but not least, is next month's list of bug fixes. There are quite a few, as usual. I'm going to call out 3 of them. The first one is this one here that says Neutralize has been added to ability accuracy reduction immunities. So, since Neutralize reduces the ability accuracy of buffs by 100%, champions who have immunity to AAR, like Archangel or Mephisto, should be immune to Neutralize as well, and that will be the case going forward. Keep in mind that a node like Force of Will will also affect Neutralize as well. So going forward, champions on a Force of Will node should also be immune to Neutralize. So keep that in mind if you're using somebody like Rintrah or Tigra or Wiccan. Next bug is a fix to Daredevil Hell's Kitchen's attack scaling when Styx Apprentice is active. I don't play with this champion at all. I know there are a couple other creators who are big fans of him. I feel like this should increase his damage a decent amount. So he has an ability where he's above combo 16 that increases his attack for every non-damaging debuff on him. It's kind of like a mini Kingpin. So in some matchups you can expect his damage to be a bit higher. Keep in mind it's not distinct or unique non-damaging debuffs, so maybe a node like Long Distance Relationship or that node where they place fatigue debuffs on you, his attack is going to keep scaling up properly now, so that's pretty cool. Last but not least, Quicksilver has been fixed already, just came out last month, and he's already getting a bug fix. So this was an issue that I actually found on stream and sent to the team that night. So Quicksilver is supposed to not be able to evade guaranteed crits, and I think I went in with both Mole Man and Hitmonkey, and Quicksilver was still evading a guaranteed critical hit. So that has been fixed, which is good. This is especially good to have fixed in time for Battlegrounds, because I'm sure that people with rank 3 and rank 4 Quicksilvers are going to pop him on defense. And if he's evading when he shouldn't be, that would be a huge problem. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for September. It is a packed month. A lot of stuff happening next month between Battlegrounds, story content, and Eternity of Pain, which is ongoing, and the new champs. I gotta say, like, I'm very excited for story content, of course. I always like doing story content on stream. I am beyond excited for Infamous Iron Man. I don't think I've been excited for a champion this much since probably Anti-Venom, maybe Omega Sentinel. I have not gotten a chance to test him yet. Can't wait to try him out. That's going to do it, guys. Let me know what you are most excited about in September in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. See you again next time.